Hi, just bear with me for a minute. I'm trying to make this content, but it feels a bit strange talking to a camera. Um, it's a new territory for me, but I'm going to give it a try. And the purpose of this short video is to try and explain how I work in therapy, and perhaps it might work as a introductory a video, maybe introduction to me as a therapist if you're considering to work with me. Yeah, so that's what I'm gonna do. So bear with me while I kind of warm up to this task. My name is Chandra Ratnaik. I've been practicing as a psychotherapist for about more than 10 years now. Prior to that, I lived as a Buddhist monk in Sri Lanka, which is not uncommon in Sri Lanka. I'm not the only boy that became a Buddhist monk. Especially I became a monk when I was 10 and spent 20 years, which is what I mean by not being an uncommon experience. That's how Sri Lankan Buddhism seemed to work. And then in my early 30s, I left the monastic life and taught in a college for a while, and while working as a therapist. Now I'm a therapist on a full-time basis. So obviously, by British standards, I would describe myself as an integrative therapist. So the question is, what do I integrate? And for obvious reasons, I have an influence from my previous lifestyle as a Buddhist monk, the teaching of Buddhism. But I am conscious not to kind of sneak Buddhism into my work. I'm just a secular registered therapist. But in my past 10 years of experience, people have explicitly asked me to bring in useful concepts from Buddhism, useful practices from Buddhism. And if you are familiar with the modern trends in psychotherapy, especially mindfulness-based approaches, compassion-based approaches, internal family systems therapy, these models have been heavily influenced by Buddhism. So I don't think it's a anomaly anymore. So long story long, um, I tend to mix my previous experiences, my training in psychotherapy, my education in psychology, um, and also my lived experience as someone who lived so many type of experience. You probably will research me after seeing this video as to what I do and what I have done in the past. So it's very much, in an honest way, it's a mystical task. It's very difficult for me to explain what I do and how I do it. But if you force me to define it, I would define it as a trying to make your relationship with yourself as unconditional as possible. That's what I try to do in therapy. Another way to put it is to really witness your pain together with you and experience that, let you experience that pain in a safer space, and let you walk away with a different after feeling, if that makes sense. You probably felt sad in the past, you probably felt angry in the past, disappointed, all kind of emotions, but you probably went away feeling even more intense or even worse. That is common, but what I try to do in therapy is to create conditions for you to feel those emotions safely, but rise above from that feeling differently, or feeling a brand new feeling that would help you grow. I think that probably make it even more mysterious as to what I do, but I am really encouraging you to give it a go and find out for yourself. Thank you.